What is the best month to see the Grand Canyon? Are you planning a trip to the Grand Canyon? This video will help you decide if spring, fall, or even winter is the best time to be there. We'll cover crowds, weather, and everything in between. Let's get going. Hi, I'm Carlin with GrandCanyon.com, and I want to help you decide what the best time of the year is to come visit the Grand Canyon. You'll see on this slide that this is kind of a representation of spring. It's got some green. Then here's summer. Now, this is the most visited. You'll see the crowds are big in the summer. This is a nice sunset shot. And then here's winter, a lot less visitors, so you have a lot more of the Grand Canyon to yourself. And then here's a representation of fall, just because every now and again it can snow in the fall, but it's also that crisp, wonderful time of the year to take pictures. So my favorite time of the year is actually the fall, and we'll talk more about that in just a minute. Let's talk about spring. Now, May and April are two of the best times to come visit the Grand Canyon. Here lately, in the last few years, especially since post-COVID, spring break has become a very popular time at the Grand Canyon, and it was popular before too. So one of the big things you'll need to plan is when you're coming in the spring. It's a great time to come because typically the kids are out of school, they're tired of school, and want to come see the Grand Canyon. It's also when it's green and it's beautiful here at the Grand Canyon, but there can be crowds. It just depends on peaking times. If you get into the park early, then you won't have a problem. But if you wait till that 9, 10 a.m., you can end up spending an hour, hour and a half waiting at the park entrance gate. Summer. May through September is when everyone likes to come, mid-May through mid-September. That is the most popular time of the year, specifically May through August. That's when families are out and the crowds are high. So just be aware there will be lots of crowds. Plan extra time. There's plenty of room here at the Grand Canyon, but there will be crowds wherever you go. If you're willing to get up early, though, the sunrises are beautiful and a lot less crowds in the summer. Now, the big thing to be sought at the Grand Canyon is these sunsets. And I can tell you that the most popular points will be packed for sunset. So summer is a popular time, the most popular time, May through September. But it's also a great time to be here too. So now let's go take a look at winter. I actually like winter for a couple of reasons. It's kind of fun because there's a lot less people. One of the reasons that I like winter is because in December, January, and February, you can drive out on the West Rim Drive. And I like Hermit's Rest. One of my favorite things to do out there is to get hot cocoa and walk along the rim. So you get these pristine, clear views, and a lot less people are here in the winter. Now let's go to the fall. And the fall can be a combination of great weather. It's actually usually the best time of the year to be here, in my opinion. It's also my favorite time of the year. But every now and again, you'll get surprised with a snowstorm or a windstorm or whatever kind of storm is coming through the canyon at that time. And so I just wanted to show you a couple of my favorite things to do at the Grand Canyon. One of them is to come to the North Rim. I love the North Rim area in the fall. It's actually my favorite time to go is when the leaves are turning on the North Rim. It's a lot quieter over on the North Rim, but in the fall when the leaves are turning, it is spectacular to be at the North Rim. My other favorite thing to do in the fall is to go hiking. Now, these folks are probably more on a summer hike and they're headed down the South Kaibab Trail here. But one of my favorite things to do is hike, and I did this last fall. I went down the Escalante route, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I loved the sunsets, and here we are looking at a beautiful sunset. We're at Cardenas Beach. What a great place to camp. One of my favorite memories in the Grand Canyon. And then here's just a couple of more photos. Of course, I'm super excited standing in front of Hance Rapid. In March of 2023, I took a private whitewater rafting trip through the Grand Canyon. And let's just say me and Emilio's hole got very familiar with each other for 4.5 terrifying minutes. I'm standing in front of Hance Rapid, and it brought back the full memories of those 4.5 terrifying minutes being stuck there. And then here you'll also see me coming up the Grandview Trail. The fall can be really warm and really cool, and so you just have to dress in layers and be prepared for whatever comes your way. But one of the greatest and one of the most difficult hikes I've done in the Grand Canyon is the Escalante route. I wanted to do it for years. I give a talk on the Dominguez and Escalante expedition that come here through the Southwest. So Wanted to come see the hike that was named after Padre Silvestre Velas de Escalante. That's who this route is named after. At the end of the day, my favorite time of the year is the fall. I think it's one of the best, but I love the spring too because everything's fresh and green. Now, summer is also the most visited time of the year to come here to the Grand Canyon, and you'll see that as evidenced by the crowd. And then there's also winter. It's cool, there's a lot less people, and you can have some enjoyable, I guess, more intimate experiences like out at Hermit's Rest or even at Desert View or there standing in front of the El Tovar. I love eating at the El Tovar as well. So, what's the best time of the year for you to visit the Grand Canyon? The number one reason is when you can get free and come. But the second best, I'm going to say, is the fall and the spring. The temperatures are much more moderate and the crowds are less. Come see us at the Grand Canyon, and I'll be putting another tip for your Grand Canyon vacation right up here. So look forward to seeing you at the Grand Canyon. Come get your adventure guide at GrandCanyon.com, and we'll see you at the Grand Canyon.